Hey everybody, how are you? It's Monday and it is time for our Soulful Abundance business trainings that I do every Monday live in this group. I've got a wonky hair day today, y'all. It's like crazy. It's been raining a lot here in North Carolina, which is great because we really need the rain. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to just get here, arrive. When you're here, let me know you're here. Hashtag live if you're live, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. We are going to be chatting today about your ideal client and niche, right? There are a lot of questions around niche and how do I pick a niche and how do I figure it out and all of that stuff. And I've got some really good news for you today because it's really not as hard as it seems to be. I know right now it seems like, it's crazy. I don't know enough about my niche in order to really bring in paying clients. But the cool thing is, and I'm going to say this, and I absolutely believe this 100% because I have actually gone through this inside of my business as well. It really isn't important about your niche. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to share that it is not important for you to figure out your niche right now. What is the most important, and you absolutely 100% have to get clear on though, is your ideal client. And that is very different than your niche. Your niche is more of a broader umbrella, right? And I know that there's a lot of sayings out there, niche is riche and broad is broke. And the cool thing is that it's really more about your ideal client. Once you uncover your ideal client, your niche will naturally open up. Your niche will naturally be there already. So that's actually something that's really important because we are talking to our ideal client when we are thinking about creating our programs, when we're thinking about creating our pricing, when we're creating our content. We need to be speaking to our ideal client, not making it about our niche. And if we're only talking in terms of our niche, then we are not actually getting specific enough. So here's the cool thing, and I'm going to give you a really great way to uncover your ideal client. Number one, oh my gosh, when I heard this opened up so many things for me. So those of you that have been with me for a while and in my world for a while, you've heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again. And it is that your ideal client is a previous version of you. Your ideal client is a previous version of you. You wouldn't be in this work right now if you hadn't come through some challenges, some struggles, some trauma in order to help others. That is such a normal thing that we do as human beings, right? So one of the reasons why I teach how to create a six-figure business to health coaches and holistic practitioners is because I have over 30 years in the health and wellness industry. I struggled to grow my nutritional therapy practice, my health coaching practice, and I've got tools and techniques that I've learned throughout the years that I want to share because I've come through that. I've come through the other side. So I want you to think that your ideal client is somebody who is starting at your chapter 1. You are on chapter 20. Your ideal client is on chapter 1, but you both are inside of the same book. Ha! Amazing, right? It's like, if that feels good, type in book in the chat. We are all in the same book, right? I have over 30 years as a wellness entrepreneur. I started as a yoga teacher, and then I was a massage therapist, and I taught meditation classes, and then I was a nutritional therapist and a health coach. All of that was in the wellness industry, which is my niche. My niche is women entrepreneurs in the health and wellness industry because that is my experience. That is my life trajectory from which I've come through. It is what has been a calling on my heart for a very long time. I have always been in the wellness industry. Even as a teenager, I was really interested in nutrition. Even as a stay-at-home mama, I was interested in holistic health. So if you look back on previous versions of you, it is absolutely going to open up the clues for you to uncover your ideal client. And once you know your ideal client, you know your niche. I'm going to give you another technique. So that's number one. Your ideal client is a previous version of you. Number two, make a list of 3 of your absolutely favorite clients. Favorite clients. I did this, and this was like such an epiphany as well. It was like light bulb number 2 that went off. So I had 3 clients that I was working with, and I wrote down their names, and I wrote down all of the things that I was helping them with. And then after the challenges, I wrote down under each name, this was their challenge and this is their desire. This is what they wanted. Client number 2, this was their challenge. This is what they wanted. Client number 3, this is their challenge. This is what they wanted. I also wrote down what was their occupation, what was their dream, what were some of the things that they were really excited about creating. And when I went through each one of those, then I took and I grabbed all of the things that were the same, all of the things that were the same. And when I took a look at those 3 clients, the light bulb went off that, oh my gosh, here's a life coach, here's a yoga teacher, and here's a health coach. And I was helping all 3 of those. And I'm like, my ideal client aren't just women who are wanting to live a more happier, joyful life. My ideal client is holistic practitioners, health coaches, people in the wellness industry that want to make a better impact in the world and be well paid doing it. Oh my gosh, it was like hearing the angels sing, right? So those are 2 techniques that can help you define your ideal client. And then from your ideal client, it's going to open up your niche. The other thing that I want to share that a lot of new people struggle with and bump up against is the fear that they have to be too specific, right? Like, I don't want to just focus on one ideal client, because if I only focus on one ideal client, then I'm going to miss out on all these other clients over here, right? So let me say something to kind of calm that part of your brain that is worried about that. And what I want to say is that your ideal client, think of that as 80% of the people that you're going to work with, and allow yourself that 20% for people who might be outliers. For example, you may be a health and a holistic health coach and also support people with their mindset, okay? What we want to do is get really, really clear on who that one ideal client is that wants both support and health as well as mindset. And know that even if you say you're working with women, right? Even though you're working with women, and maybe you're working with retired women, women who are looking at a second career, women who want to move out of corporate and start something new to feel more purposeful, even though you might be working with that woman and that is your ideal client, that doesn't mean that you can't help men. And that doesn't mean that you have to shut the door on the stay-at-home mom. And that doesn't mean that you've got to lock anybody else out. What that means is that the 80% of the people that we want to communicate what it is that we do needs to fall underneath that one ideal client. So we do want to get really, really clear, because otherwise our messaging is not going to be niched enough, right? Focused enough, clear enough. Our messaging is going to just not resonate with anybody. It's just going to, not even land, because here's the truth. If you say you want to help people live happier, healthier lives, that's not going to land for anybody. We all want to live happier, healthier lives. So who are you talking to? Are you talking to a stay-at-home mama who wants to make sure that she's got enough energy and she wants to cook great meals and she wants to be a good role model for her kids? Are you talking to, a mama who is in her 40s and she still has some kids at home and she's trying to figure out how to take care of herself and how to take care of her family? It matters who this ideal client is, because it's going to matter what stories you share, what content you share with them, and it has to land, it has to resonate. If it doesn't resonate, if it's too broad, then you're going to get a lot of likes, you're going to get a lot of, oh yeah, that's really cool, or that's really great, but it is not going to attract the right clients for you. And that's really, really important, because we want to attract your ready yes clients, not the tire kickers, not what I like to call the sidewalkers. And so this is one of the reasons why it's so critically important that we start here. And if you are not clear on your ideal client, do not press go. Do not try to create websites. Do not try to create sales pages, because it will fall on deaf ears. You have to know this first, my friends. You have to. Now, when I say that you have to know this, it doesn't mean that you have to get it perfect. It means that you have to have a specific ideal client that you start with, and you start sharing your message, you start working with these people, and the more you work with your ideal client, the more is going to be revealed to you. So you're going to be able to get more language. You're going to understand more of what they're looking for. You're going to hear more of what their struggles are. You're going to hear more of what their dreams are, more of what it looks like for them on Pleasure Island. Okay? So it will grow and it will evolve. But you have to start somewhere, and you have to get as clear as possible and let it be around one main ideal client. Just one. You might also think about creating a graphic. You can do this on Canva or Pinterest. Create a graphic of who your ideal client is. Maybe if it's a mom, you pull a picture of a mom with little ones. If it is a woman in her 40s who want to lose weight and she's in the corporate world, pick a picture of a woman that looks like that with some very, very specific things that you know she's told you that she's struggling with. So here's another thing that's really helpful with your ideal client. What does it look like for her on Pain Island? What is she struggling with? And this isn't just like, I just want to lose the last 20 pounds, my friends. This is what wakes her up at night. What is she Googling? What is she Googling? Ask yourself, what is she Googling? How do you find that out? Ask her. Ask her. If you could Google anything to help you with this problem, what would you Google? And the other cool thing is that when you do use Google search, you are also going to be given, if you scroll down the page a little bit more questions that people have been asking. So if your woman wants to lose 20 pounds, put in there, how do I lose 20 pounds? And you'll find more questions that other people are Googling so that you can get even more specific, such as, how do I lose 20 pounds without going keto? How do I lose 20 pounds in 30 days? How do I lose 20 pounds and still have my energy? How do I lose 20 pounds without going on a diet? Whatever that is, right? So Google what is the most important thing that's waking her up at night. And that is going to give you so much more information. So if you want help with this, I want to invite you to book a quick clarity call with me, and I'm happy to support you. This is actually something that I teach inside of my Activate Abundance program. We have live calls. We help you uncover your ideal client avatar. We also help you uncover your unique zone of genius, your unique brilliance, how to create and price your programs and your offers, making sure that you've got a high tier offer, mid tier offer, low tier offer. So much good stuff, okay? So let me know in the chat today, what is your aha about uncovering your ideal client? Let me know what that is in the chat. Is it that you don't need to worry about niche, that niche opens up? Is it that your ideal client is on chapter 1 of the book and you're on chapter 20, so she's a previous version of you? Is it one of the tips that I shared with you to write down 3 of your ideal clients so that you can uncover more about what they're struggling with, and then get them all together and find some commonalities there? Let me know what is landing for you. Okay, my friend, can't wait to hear. Those of you that are here inside the Facebook group, a reminder that we are going to have another amazing masterclass at the end of September. It's called Unlocking Six-Figure Success, How to Craft a Six-Figure Coaching and Wellness Business with Heart-Centered Values. Unlocking Six-Figure Success. And so we're going to be doing that on September 18, 19, 20. I'm going to pop the link here below so that you can go ahead and get registered for it. This is like the best masterclass. I do this once a quarter and only once a quarter. So now is your time to pop in on here. It's a 3-day masterclass. I will have a bonus day, but it is going to really, really help you unlock the specific things that you want to get clear on, how to attract ideal clients, how to nurture them, how to invite them to work with you in a way that feels really good and natural and aligned, some of the specific things that we want to get super duper clear on. And I would love to have you join me. All right, my friends, you take care. Bye.